Hello everyone and welcome to this week's review. This week we're going to be looking at this pen, which is the Lingmo 692 Duofold. I was actually inspired by a video that ChrisRat52 did on this pen. I thought it looked really nice, so I ordered it myself. So now I'm going to give my thoughts on it. I'm going to try a little bit of a different video style today just to cut down on how long it takes me to edit because things are pretty busy right now, but I still want to get this video out to you guys. So let's take a look at this pen. Before that happens though, I want to show you my new stand for setting up my camera. It's about, it's probably like $500, $600. Spent a lot of money on this. There it is. That's my stand. Just college textbooks. So yeah, this is the Lorelei 692 Duofold. I bought this one off of eBay. I believe it was about $30. It's a machined acrylic fountain pen. It has a really nice material. I mean, just look at that. And yeah, it's a really good price for a pen like that. Quick overview. Yeah, it's just machined acrylic. Got color. I got the color in brown. It also comes in green and blue, I believe. It's a steel nib with a plastic feed. The nib has the same design as a Hero nib. Also, it looks really similar to a Narwhal nib, interestingly enough. And the size is probably about a 5.5. It's not quite a number 6 nib, but it's not a small nib either. This specific nib needed a little bit of tuning, but it wrote fine out of the box, but it writes pretty good now. It's not a nail either. It's got a little bit of bounce, but the plastic feed does keep up pretty well. It does flow pretty nicely. So yeah, I mean, sometimes with Chinese pens like this, it is a little bit hit or miss with how it writes, but this one actually arrived out of the box pretty good, and I'm really enjoying the writing experience so far. Now, as for the body, it does have that really nice looking acrylic. I've really grown to like that quite a bit. There's 5 trim rings, which seems kind of like a lot, but I think it fits the design pretty well. And as I said before, I was interested in this pen after I watched ChrisRat52's video on it. I was sort of inspired. And his did not have this branding on the cap. You can see there's that blind engraving right there. It says Lorelei. The same on the sort of end finial part right there. Yeah, honestly, really not a fan of how that looks. I kind of wish it wasn't there, honestly, because without it, this actually really is a clean pen design. So yeah, kind of disappointing, but it doesn't really take too much away from it. It's just kind of something that I try not to pay attention to. But yeah, the pen itself is really well machined. It's really high quality. The clip is nice and springy. And the only kind of complaint I have design-wise is the edges are very rounded. I mean, that's just to taste, but if this pen were a font, it would kind of feel more like Comic Sans than Times New Roman, which, I mean, again, is fine, but, I still think it looks good. And then it is, in the eBay listing, it was called the 692 Duofold. I mean, I can kind of see how it's somewhat inspired by the Duofold, but this pen really is its own design. And it's a design that I quite like. You can see it unscrews right there. It is a cartridge converter filler. And it actually, that is very satisfying how nice that screws in. But it's got that black section. It's pretty good size, nice to grip. And then it has that little step up with a cap band, which really isn't a problem at all. The threads are really quite good. Not sharp at all, and yeah, it's good to hold really anywhere on there. So I do really like that design. Again, it calls itself the Duofold. I can kind of see where they get the inspiration from, but it really is its own design, and I do like it quite a bit. And here's a better up-close look at that material. That's really what this pen is all about. I haven't really seen it on any other pen. It's got pretty good depth, chatoyancy. I don't know, it just looks cool. It's nice to stare at in class while I'm bored. But yeah, I think this is definitely on the more expensive end for Chinese pens, but you really do get what you pay for with this because This is a very solidly built pen, and it really is nice as sort of an everyday carry knock around pen for stuff like class notes, which is what I've been using for. I've really been enjoying it the past few weeks. And I really think it's good for that use case, sort of like everyday type thing. It is nice as like a fancy gift pen sort of thing. You don't have to spend too much money on comparatively, because again, it's only $30, which compared to other machined fountain pens and nice acrylics is a pretty competitive price, that's for sure. But I mean, it works really well as an EDC pen. It's sturdy, it's light, good for long writing sessions, and yeah, it's very usable in that sort of use case. So I got to give it points there. And it definitely writes well now that I did tune it up a little bit just to make it a little smoother and a little wetter, but it still was fine when it came out of the box. And then it is fun to use. I mean, it's really just like a sort of standard, steel nib, plastic feed fountain pen. There's nothing super special. It's just sort of a medium type nib. There really isn't any indication of what it is, but it's as fun to use as any fountain pen, I'd say. There's really no drawbacks to using this compared to anything else. And then you do get a look at that nice acrylic while you're writing as well. And yeah, then it is really practical. It's served me well in class the past few weeks, and I've really been enjoying it. I would definitely say if you're a fan of this acrylic, if you're just trying to explore the world of Chinese fountain pens in general, or just low-cost fountain pens that are more than just sort of single-color injection molded plastic, I would definitely say this is a pen I would check out. It hasn't really been everywhere, so to speak. It's only in a few eBay listings, and I haven't really seen it anywhere else. So I would say this is sort of a bit of a hidden gem compared to some more of the popular Chinese fountain pens. But yeah, I gotta say, I've really enjoyed this. It's a good machine fountain pen with nice acrylic for a low price compared to what you could normally get. Really, the only complaints I have are, that sort of branding is a little annoying, if I'm honest. And then the cartridge converter itself, it works well. It's just kind of a little shoddy. It's not quite straight. I don't know if you can see that. It's just a little bit wonky. But that's fine. It works fine. And for the price I paid for it, again, it's a great pen. It works great. If you like that acrylic or the other colors, I would highly recommend it. So let's show you a little size comparison and a writing sample for this pen. So here we go with a good old size comparison. Here is the Lorelei 692 compared to an Aurora Optima, a Lamy Safari, and a Conid bulk filler Minimalistica. So you can see it's actually a pretty good sized pen, bigger than the Optima, although I think we'll see that change a bit when we uncap them. But yeah, I think its weight kind of makes it fly under the radar as sort of a slightly larger sized pen, because it is so light, but it's a good size. And then you can see kind of what I was saying there. Aurora really does fit their pens in good. But yeah, the Lorelei is still a little bit larger, but yeah, they're both good sized pens. So let's go into the writing sample. So here we go with the Lorelei 692 Duofold. This one's brown. And I guess it has a medium steel nib. That skip there was kind of just because I left it out for the size comparison. Whoopsies. And then the ink is Robert Oster Fire and Ice. Really one of my favorite blues. That's just a great color. So yeah, as you can see, as we go for the little pangram here, it's a nice writer. It's smooth, but not like, a glassy smooth. It's just got a little nice bit of feedback, which is how I like it. But yeah, it's got good flow too. it's a pleasant writer. It's nothing out of this world, but it is pretty good. Normally I don't really have a skipping problem, although it did do it like there and there. But I guess, if you misalign the tines a bit, it'll get you. But yeah, it really is a nice nib. And I mean, the nib's a little springy, but I would say that's more up to the quality of the steel and the thickness of it than anything. So I wouldn't push it, that's for sure. But you can see, I mean, yeah, it works great. It's got good flow. It's definitely an above average writer now that I've tuned it up. Even though it's not, like a hugely amazing writer, it's just something pleasant to pick up for, regular old notes. So yeah, that's kind of what I got to say about this pen. I mean, there's really not too much to comment about it. I don't really know much about the company that makes it. I don't really know much about the model itself. But it's just, for the price, it's very interesting. So if you're into pens like this, if you just want to maybe explore into that world of Chinese fountain pens, or just well-priced, well-made acrylic pens, this is definitely the pen for you. It's just a pretty impressively good pen at a really good price. So I would say if you're any bit interested, check it out. It only took maybe 3-4 weeks to get here, and the shipping was free, so yeah, pretty good pen at a great price. That's my review. So yeah, I guess I'm sorry I can't provide any more info or interesting tidbits about this pen, but that really just is kind of it. It's a really good pen at a very interesting price. I mean, there are other machined acrylic fountain pens around this price and up, made in China, but this is one in a unique material from a brand I had never really tried out before. The nib works great. It's a great writer. It's good for everyday use, and I think for that reason, like I said, if you're interested, check it out. Why not? And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this little showcase of this pen, showing off a pen that maybe hasn't gotten as much love in the community. Just I haven't really seen many reviews on it, and I thought I'd add my thoughts after Chris Raff's video really tempted me on this one. So if you enjoyed my thoughts on this, feel free to subscribe, because I'll be coming out with more videos in the future, and let me know what you thought in the comments below. Yeah, if you did enjoy, give this video a like. So yeah, I will see you next week, maybe before then, I don't know. I don't know about my upload schedule right now, but yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you have a great day.